morning, good afternoon. Welcome to this session, to this routine that I have every month. Let me see if I can admit Renata, the guest of today. I'm not able. Oh, okay, let's do it. Give me one sec. Hi,
Hi,
Renata.
how are you?
I'm good. Good afternoon. Where are you? Are you
I'm in
on
Amsterdam.
vacation like me? In
I am,
Amsterdam. Oh,
yes.
amazing, amazing. You look gorgeous. I am in
You
Italy. I
too.
am, yes, I am
You're
on the
so tan.
seaside. Look at my hair. Our hair, a vacation hair. So I'm sorry
I
for
love it.
my.
It's in fashion now. Everybody's assuming their natural curly hair. I'm trying to do the same with mine. It's a little but
Yes, we are a little wild. Give me one sec. Let me introduce you to all my listeners. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this regular monthly live talking with MEI countries. Today I have the pleasure, the honor to chat with me, a woman, but not just a woman. She is a leader. I am so proud to work with her. She's a leader of one of the EMEIA countries, a leader of XP Spain, Renata Sujto, broker of record of XP Spain. Welcome, Renata.
welcome. Thank you very much for the invitation. I am very happy to talk to you. I really like your work. I really admire you as a leader, so it's a pleasure for me to be here.
Oh, for me too, for me as well. So, Renata, let's jump in the core of our conversation. I have some questions for you, and then if the listener have questions, they can also participate to this very, very short IG Live. So, you have the challenge, Renata, of leading one of the growing nation for XP Global. Can you tell us how your adventure began, when, and how did you feel at the beginning? How was your first year with XP Global?
Absolutely. So it's been the most rewarding professional experience of my life. I have really found my mission, my passion, something I'm really passionate about doing, and I found it in EXP. So the for context, for I know that you know, but the audience doesn't know. We have launched EXP Spain 14 months ago.
I
So it's
know.
been a crazy journey, and today we have more than 300 agents, and the productivity has been very, very good. It makes me very proud. And yeah, it's been a crazy journey. So regarding your question, on the beginning, I felt very scared, as you can imagine, because as a woman, I have my limiting mindsets, right? I am Brazilian and I have
I
launched
know.
EXP Spain. So this was something that got me pretty concerned. And I had the privilege of having people who believed in me before I believed in myself, right? Who was Michael, Megan, and later you, right? You joined like 1 month after myself.
Correct.
So so in the beginning I was very afraid, but I never felt alone. I always felt like I had the support of you guys and the amazing team that I was lucky to have found in Spain. So I always felt like I had someone to talk to think together, and to test things out, right? And then things started happening, right? So the quality of the agents who joined in since the beginning of EXP has been incredible. I have never seen this quality of agents in the market before. So, and I credit that to the energy that we as a team had brought together, right? Because it's very easy to sell a dream, like when you see XP in the United States and you see all the success of the
Right.
people and everything that it can be, but like when you look at the ground and you see passionate people who have solid grounds and who you feel like you can make that dream come true. I think that was the secret.
Amazing. And you are a pioneer because you are the first woman we hire XP globally hire leading a country. So you are showing also right now the pathway to the other women that now we have as leader in other countries. So I'm very proud of you because you are also so young. And you told something very interesting because you are not Spanish, you are Brazilian. And so for a professional, for a woman leading a company in a country which is not the country where it's born, is something very interesting to analyze. Yes, you must be proud of you. Another question. Living in Spain, you have already put yourself in the spotlight for your leadership, as I mentioned, for your management skill. But I know that also your background is very interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about your real estate journey, your educational background, and why real estate?
Yes, absolutely. Before I talk about my history, you talk about putting myself out there. Oh my God, I was so shy in the beginning. It was so, like, I was so afraid of putting my face. And this was one of the challenges that I had. And this is one of the things that I felt like I had enormous support, but it was like one of the biggest challenges for me because I'm very shy typically. But yeah, let's talk about my history. So I started my career in real estate in Brazil. I did corporate finance, pricing, strategy for a large shopping mall chain, the largest luxury shopping mall chain in Brazil called Iguatemi. And so I did like financial modeling, right? And it was always in the backstage, like helping other people make the things happen, right? So did the pricing, did the strategy, and I really wanted to be part of the spotlight, but I was very afraid. So it was something that I always kept like, okay, one day I'm going to do it. Then it was amazing. Like Iguatemi is an amazing company. It taught me some very important values, taught me how success depends on being ethical. Like the company is very ethical and very passionate about what they do. And it was very interesting to see that in real life when you make tough decisions and you think about your customer first, you think about even before yourself, right? That was amazing. Then I went to Evanston, to Chicago in the United States to do my MBA. I studied in Kellogg. It was amazing. Like it's incredible. It's a great opportunity to work for a couple of years and then you stop and think about what kind of leader you want to be, right? When you're not so raw, when you're not so green, right? So it changed me as a person. It taught me great entrepreneurial skills, managerial skills, and it is a great opportunity. If anybody in the audience has the opportunity to stop and study and dedicate to what you want to be in the future, I think it's a great investment. Then I came back to McKinsey, came back to Brazil and joined McKinsey, the management consulting firm. An amazing place. I was so lucky to be part of McKinsey. It was one of the dreams that I had in the beginning, like one day I'm going to work in McKinsey. Some of the most intelligent, some of the most brilliant people I talked with, I worked with, both at clients and partners and peers, was in McKinsey. So it was amazing. Fabrizio is from the beginning of my career.
Yes.
I see him here. And so it was amazing to have the opportunity to work in different industries. I worked with infrastructure. I loved it. Always doing the financial modeling and helping people make tough decisions with their finances.
So strong on that.
But then I said like, okay, I don't want to be in the backstage anymore. And in 2018, it was a very interesting moment in real estate in Latin America because all the revolution that has happened in the United States in prop tech in like 2010, 2012, more or less at the time when EXP was founded, that revolution was coming to Latin America in 2018, right? So we had a lot of money from venture capital. We had great professionals and many ideas rolling. It was a innovation. It was it still is a very interesting moment. So I left McKinsey and joined Loft, which is a prop tech unicorn in Brazil. I was part of the very young team. I was one of the 50, 80 first employees. Now it's more than 3,000. The company is worth 3-4 billion. It's amazing. And then life became too easy. Like no more adventure for me and my husband. And we were like, what do we do now, right? So like the career path is kind of figured out. It's nothing new. It's not going to change a lot. And we said, okay, let's go live somewhere else. We had already lived in the United States and in China and of course in Brazil. And we said, okay, let's live somewhere else. And that's when we decided that I was going to look for a job. My husband was going to keep working remotely from his company. And then I had the opportunity to join Pronto Piso, which is a very early stage startup here in Spain. Well, they're in Spain. I'm in today.
Yes.
It was an amazing experience. But then it's an amazing company, and we have created a network of 1,700 agents in Spain in 3-4 years. And then I learned that EXP was coming to Spain, right? EXP has been like, I love the company since I heard about the idea when I still lived in the United States. So I was like, okay, these guys have it all figured out. Like, this is what agents need. And when I learned that they were coming to Spain, I was like, I want to join the company. I started contacting people in LinkedIn. I want to be a part of this. And I got to talk to Michael. And in 30 minutes, he made me an offer and I accepted. So I hung up on him and I was like, to my husband, like, I'm going to XP. And he was like, are you crazy to accept a job offer in 30 minutes?
In 30
and they're crazy too.
God.
They're crazy too to offer you a job in 30 minutes.
Okay. Can you imagine? It took for me 3 months and 11 meetings with you.
Not the same experience I had.
Wow. Yes. My God.
It was so cool. It was like we clicked. Like I clicked with Michael, I clicked with Megan, and as I told my husband, like, they want me now, but I didn't make the decision in 30 minutes. I wanted to be part of VXP for years, but they were never in my countries, right? So they want me now, but I want them forever. And so it was amazing. And then my journey in EXP started. It's been a great adventure.
Yes, it is. Renata, how has the real estate industry evolved in Spain and in your point of view globally, because you are a global woman over the past decade?
Over the past decade, okay. I think we learned a lot from what caused the 2008 crisis. And I can say from the Spanish point of view, which is the country that I know, like the facts that are more up to date. I think it has very, very solid grounds, and I know the same for Brazil as well. But let's talk about Spain, right? So it has very, very solid ground. So the mistakes that caused the 2008 crisis have been corrected in terms of especially the quality of the mortgages given, right? And so that means that from that moment, if you look at the prices, right, we had the 2008 crisis, like the prices were up, the volumes were up, and then it had like several years of a downturn. It's impressive to talk to the real estate agents who lived that time. Like, it's impressive, the resilience. Like, if I was just graduating in 2008, lived that, I think I would be like in fetal position crying until now, right? And they are so resilient, and they built themselves up from scratch, and they learn from their mistakes and from the mistakes of the market. They are smart, right? So the market in 2013, until 2013, 14 has always had declined, and then it had grown again, right? The pandemic didn't affect prices or volumes. So that is another demonstration of the resilience of the market, right? And now, because of the war and everything, the increased interest rates, mortgages are more expensive. So like we're seeing a slight retraction on demand, but it doesn't even come close. Like the numbers are very different from what we saw in 2007 and 8. So I think today, and so this is like why I think the market is still very resilient and still going to grow, even with this more difficult scenario in terms of demand. And if you look at the relative prices of Spain compared to other cities in Europe and in the United States, like the opportunities of investment are incredible. Like you know that I've been doing the webinar with Colombia, right? Many
Yes, I know.
people in Latin America are coming. Like, I want to invest in Spain. I'm seeing a lot of movement from international investors that want to come to Spain. And I did a simple analysis, like a regular 100 square meter apartment in a good area in Madrid, and compared to New York, to London, to Miami, to Paris. Like in Spain, in a nice neighborhood, right? With nothing special, like nothing too bad, nothing too good.
Yes.
In Spain, you can buy an apartment with that profile with €500,000. In Madrid, in New York, London, Paris, it's more than $1 million. It's between 1.2 and 1.6 million. In Miami, it's like 800,000. So like the quality of the real estate that you get for comparatively a smaller investment makes like investors are seeing it, makes Spain a very attractive place for real estate investments right now. So I am very optimistic.
Armando is an Italian agent saying, you are very inspired, Renata. Yes, she is, Armando.
Thank you.
Another question for you, because there are many listeners who are estate agents, and then I will post on my social media channel this interview. What advice would you give to real estate agents who want to expand their business in Spain?
Oh, that's a great question. So the first thing is to find someone local that you trust, right? I think well, I'm going to talk a little bit about the metaverse. I know that you didn't ask exactly about that, but I think that one of the things that makes EXP awesome is that, like, very different from everything that is out there, is the metaverse, because the fact that we can interact with frequency makes us able to develop trust with each other, to find people we have more that we identify more with, and build this trust in a way that other technologies have never been able to do. So so the first thing is to find someone you trust. So get into our meetings, go to social media. If you're an EXP agent, it's a lot easier, right? You can go to our meetings. But if not, you can go to social media. You can follow real estate agents on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, which is very big right now, and see, like, okay, I like this profile. Then you get in touch with that person, and then you trust someone, and then you focus on this person to teach you about the market, because there are several tricks, there are several details in legislations, there are several details, like that street is where investments are not good. There are several things in the market that you really need someone local. So this is the first thing. The second thing, understand your client, right? So be honest about, don't promise something that you're not going to be able to deliver later. So don't promise returns that you're not going to be able to deliver. Don't promise, if you don't have a portfolio in what your clients want, get that portfolio, and do not try to force fit what you have into what your client wants, because otherwise you're not going to get referrals, which is like the best kind of client. So you might get one transaction, but you're never going to get their friends and their later transactions. So I think that when you have these two things very well squared, you have, like, we have seen many success cases of people doing that abroad and increasing their business abroad.
Great advices. Thank you, Renata. I have a question about leadership. Do you think there is difference between male leadership and female leadership? If so, what?
That's a great question. I have the benefit of being very unattentive to nonverbal signals. So I have not noticed many times, like, the things that might have been barriers for me, right? But I have, of course, experienced it. So yes, there is a difference. I think the first thing, there is a difference, right? I think in general, women have to be more likable and have to deliver more results to get to the same point where men are. I had the benefit of, as I said, of having people that believed in me before I believed in myself. So I didn't feel that much. But I have people telling me like, oh, I don't think a woman would be the right choice for Spain. Not because of me, but in general, people are very misogynist. Yes. And so I've heard this kind of thing, but it never stopped me. But I think the biggest difference is the limiting mindsets, right? So men are educated to be great, and women are educated in general, are educated to be nice, not successful. And that makes a big difference. And once again, I had the benefit of having people who believed in me, but my limiting mindsets have been a barrier for many years. And today it's incredible, like, to have you, leader, who has a lot more experience than myself, and see like the steps that you've made. And sometimes when we talk and you talk about one of your struggles, which is like that you have already overcome, and see that it's my struggle. So it's amazing. Like, I'm very happy that in my generation, I have great role models as women leaders, so I can develop my own persona. I can mirror many things that I like, and then I can develop the kind of professional that I want to be. I think this is a privilege. I think this is a privilege that not many people have, not many women leaders have. So
right.
When you say that, like, that I am a model for the next women who are becoming, who are launching countries, I feel like, oh my God, it's a first, and it's a great impact. I'm very happy to be able to be this, because like, you have to have many role models to identify your way of being. Otherwise, you just copy the more senior person. Right?
Correct. And let me close the chat, which I thank you for your time. You are on vacation, and so thank you for your time. Let me close this chat with a sentence about your leadership, and a sentence to celebrate you. There is difference of leadership between male and female, and what I can see of your leadership is that you put always first the other agent, your team. You put the other first because you take care, which is something very female. Is from us to take care of other, but it's also the secret to create something, to create a legacy for a company who wanna evolve in Spain as well with your leadership. So thank you, Renata, for your time. Thank you all. You will find the recording of this session on my social media channel. Thank you. Talk soon.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for all the audience.
Bye.